Start from the NCA&T homepage because I want to show everybody where the graduate school's website can be found most easily. And then I'm going to talk about some writing resources we have to offer you. Again, I introduced myself briefly earlier. My name is Dr. Shay Bigsby. I'm the interim coordinator of graduate writing services here for the graduate school. And I'm going to talk about some of the resources I've been providing and I'll continue to provide for you to help you improve your writing as a graduate student. Before we sort of dive into that, I just want to make sure everybody's aware of this. If you're on the NCA&T homepage, if you go to quick links in the upper right hand corner, you can find the link to the School of Graduate Studies right there. And this is the graduate school's homepage. And a lot of the information that Dr. Campbell just spoke about can be found here. Contact information for all the members of the graduate school staff can be found here. If you want to contact us, this is the place you want to sort of go to. So if you just run the main page, quick links, School of Graduate Studies. For those of you who are students, continuing students, you'll find the forms, you'll find the professional development resources you heard about earlier. So again, this is like your go-to place for a lot of these resources. Okay. In the brief time that I want to spend with you today, I want to impress two primary points upon you. The first is, whether you know it or not, writing is an absolutely integral element of your graduate studies. It doesn't matter what field you're in, it doesn't matter what kind of research you imagine yourself doing, the ability to write well, to communicate effectively with your peers, with your colleagues, with your advisors is an absolutely essential skill. You're going to be writing formal documents for your courses, you're going to be writing perhaps seminar papers, research papers. You may give presentations at conferences. You'll need to write out maybe a formal presentation, or even if it's a PowerPoint, you'll have to write out kind of details of your presentation. You'll also eventually be moving into sort of job applications. You'll have to write a job application letter. The ability to write clearly, to convey your ideas, to tell somebody about what it is you do as a researcher, as a thinker, as a scholar, this is going to be a crucial skill as you go forward. And so I just want to sort of leave you with that thought to begin with, that writing is sort of an essential skill for all graduate students. It's a challenging skill. It's something that almost everybody can continue to work on. It's not something that comes naturally for everybody. There are a number of challenges that go along with writing effectively. And so if on the one hand, writing is essential to graduate school experience, the other important point I want to impress upon you is that we have a great number of resources available to you to help you with your writing, to improve your writing, to develop your documents, so on and so forth. I'm going to show you some of those resources today. If you're on the continuing students page on the NCA&T Graduate School website, my kind of home base is the Thesis Dissertation Guidelines tab. As the coordinator of writing services, I most directly work with students on developing a thesis or dissertation. So many of you, everyone at the doctoral level is going to write a dissertation. Many of you at the master's level are going to write a master's thesis. If you're doing either of those things, we will certainly come back into contact in the short or in the long term. I send emails out to all the students who are working on a thesis or dissertation. I keep you informed about deadlines. I run workshops to help you kind of format your documents, to help you design your documents. So that's kind of one of the fundamental roles that I play in graduate school. But more generally, I want to be of service to help you improve your writing generally, to kind of give you resources and tools to become a stronger communicator, a stronger thinker, and more directly, a stronger writer. Today I'm going to show you one of the resources I've developed. It's tailored towards the thesis and dissertation, but a lot of the material here applies more generally. And I'm going to continue to develop other kind of general writing skills, workshops, seminars, and resources. And as I do that, you'll get emails from me. So again, if you see an email coming from Dr. Shay Bigsby, you'll know it's got something to do with writing at the graduate level. I'm not going to dwell on the thesis or dissertation today because many of you are just starting to think about that. That's not really at the very forefront of your thought, but it's something to have in mind. So one resource I've been developing is a guide to writing effective thesis or dissertation. I'm not going to go through all the details. You can come and read this on your own time. But a few of the resources here are more generally useful for all graduate students working on writing. This, of course, is information on organizing the chapters, on developing the document. But there's also some useful information on grammar, mechanics, and clarity in your writing. Perhaps the best resource for any writing needs, whether it's citation, whether it's improving grammar, is a site known as the Purdue OWL, O-W-L. And I have links to that here. Specifically, some of the most common areas of confusion: subject-verb agreement, pronoun-antecedent agreement, common sentence errors. There's a number of useful links that go directly to those key issues. I've also provided you with a number of kind of guidelines for writing clear paragraphs, sentences. So those are some general kind of things that may be of benefit to you, no matter what it is you're working on. Another thing I really want to impress upon you today, I'm going to remind you about it now, I'll hopefully give you more email reminders of this in the future, is that we have a University Writing Center. So I personally can do a lot for you, and I will try to do my utmost for you. Through workshops, through even one-on-one office hours, you can come talk to me about your work. But unfortunately, I can't do everything for everybody. The University Writing Center, however, can take a lot of that sort of need and support your writing needs. So the University Writing Center is a place where, as they put it, writers and readers meet. You bring any kind of document. You can be working on a document for a class. You can be working on a job application letter. You can be working on a resume. Any written document that you're working on, that you're trying to improve and refine, you can bring it to the University Writing Center and work one-on-one with a tutor there. And it's a very kind of back and forth kind of method. They don't kind of just take your work, mark it up, give it back to you, but they actually help you kind of understand your own writing process and refine it yourself. It's a very useful experience and something I highly recommend. They work with undergraduates, they work with graduate students, and I absolutely recommend it for all of you in this room today. If you wanted to learn more about the University Writing Center, it's located in 309 General Classroom Building. That's a slightly different part of campus, the north side of campus. They have a website. You can go there. You can schedule appointments. There's also sort of more general information that they provide about their workshops and events. Their phone numbers provided here as well. And again, as I learn their hours for spring 2014, I'm actually going to email the entire listserv of graduate students. We'll probably get that in the next week or two. I'll let you know what the University Writing Center's hours are going to be. Again, to impress upon you two things. One is that writing is integral to the graduate career. It's integral to success as a graduate student and beyond. And two, that we have a lot of resources available to you. So again, my name will be attached to many of them, but I'll also try to be somebody who can point out other resources across campus to help you with your writing. One final point I want to make before I turn it over for a final bit to Dwayne Johnson and to GSAC, the Graduate Student Advisory Council, is that some of you who are already assigned to a GA assistant, to a GA position, a graduate assistant position, whether you're a TA or a research assistant, administrative assistant. If you already have such an assignment, you may have received an email from us, from the graduate school, asking you to complete an online training. If you did, please do that as soon as you can. If you have questions about that, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can come up and talk to any of us later on. You can talk to myself, you can talk to the Assistant Dean, Anna Boyd-Williams. We just want to make sure that you do complete that training as well. So again, the graduate school website is a go-to place. And if you go to continuing students, you're going to find all these resources we've been talking about. So again, thank you very much. I'm going to turn it back over to GSAC. Welcome again. We're very excited to have you with us.